Merry meet, everybody. So, welcome to this special Mother's Day episode. So, I'm going to let people kind of get here, but I will start by telling you a little bit about today's special episode. So, I decided to have tonight this special live because I was trying to figure out what kind of a post to make on Mother's Day, and I just couldn't really figure out what to do. I struggle myself with this day, though I will say that my shadow work has helped me a lot. This has been a pretty good Mother's Day for me, unlike some of the others. And I just could not figure out what to post. And so I decided I wanted to create a space where people could come who are struggling today, who are grieving in any way, and we could just all be together. So I want to just dedicate this all to you guys. So anybody who's struggling, who's lost a mother, who had an abusive mother, who had a mother that wasn't really present, had a mother who wasn't the one that you needed, anybody who struggled with fertility issues or tried to have children and couldn't, anyone who's lost a child, anybody who is struggling or grieving today for any reason at all, this is a safe space for you guys. All right. Hi, Carla. I'm just saying hi to a couple of people. So, Carla, I'm so sorry. Carla said her friend passed away this morning, and my heart goes out to you. It's a sad enough day as it is, right, for some people, and then to lose someone on this day is really hard too. So, um, so any of you who are here, I'm going to tell a little bit about my story. I also invite you, if you feel called to like say anything in the chat, anything that's on your mind, anything you're struggling with, or share anything with us. We have this space. Feel free to share if you'd like. And we are all here just to hold space for each other. And whether you share or you're just here to listen, welcome. Everyone is welcome here. And we're here to support you. So I'm just going to tell a little bit about why the day's hard for me. So I have tried to get pregnant for five and a half years, and during Mother's Day 2019, I remember it was very interesting. I had been trying to get pregnant for several years, and I have a little autistic student that I work with, doing homeschool for her. And she had given a box of chocolates to the other teacher who was a mother, had twin 16-year-old children. And she always gave me a box of chocolates that said Happy Mother's Day. And it was very touching. She didn't know anything about my own struggles. And the idea here was, I guess, the little girl looked up to me in a mothering role to her. But that was the cycle that I was actually pregnant. I was actually pregnant at that time and I didn't know it. And unfortunately, that pregnancy was an ectopic pregnancy. And so especially hard kind of falling around Mother's Day like that. But on top of my own issues trying to get pregnant, I also have a relationship with my mother. I love her. She's a very good person, but she really wasn't the kind of mother that I necessarily needed, and she wasn't able to give me the support that I needed with my sensitivity and my gifts and everything. And so while I do love her, it can make you feel kind of guilty when you have mixed feelings about your mother, especially on Mother's Day. So I, I just basically wanted to set up this space for anybody who was struggling in any way at all. So hi guys. So hi Mary and Lori. Nice to see everybody who's here. I can only see people if they're in the chat. I don't get to see who's actually on here unless they're in the chat. So anyway, I just wanted to share a little bit about my story. I will say that today was quite a good day. I ended up going to the psychic fair and had a couple of readings done and got a really nice ring here. So, but I also believe that it has been my shadow work practice that has helped me become this resilient and able to have a pretty good day on a day that I would normally have struggled with. And in a lot of ways, just a great miracle. And so what I am going to do now is I would like to share with you a few practices that you can use to balance your heart chakra. So for me, I feel that it was my energy work and my shadow work together that has really helped me heal as much as I have done. And so I'd like to teach you guys a little bit. We're just going to do a small heart chakra practice here, just holding space for anybody who is going to watch this now with us live or watching it later and just kind of needs that space to be in, okay? All right, so if you would like to light a candle, light incense, turn on some relaxing music in the background, feel free to get really comfortable. This practice is going to take about 10 or 15 minutes. I'm actually going to light a stick of incense here. It doesn't matter what scent you do, just get something that you enjoy. And I'm going to light that here just to set the atmosphere. Got to go a little bit longer there. Okay, so when you guys are ready, go ahead and close your eyes. And we are going to start with a breath called the healing square breath. So this breath is really, really good for just neutralizing the energy of the heart. So a lot of times when we're struggling, when we're grieving, it's our heart chakra that's most impacted. That's why we're going to focus on that tonight. So go ahead and just take a few breaths in and out, just normal. And especially if you kind of rushed to get here, just allow yourself to settle in. All right, so we are going to start a counted breath, and this is the way it works. So you're going to count on the inhale. We're going to count to 4. At the very top of the breath, we're going to hold it for 4, and then we're going to exhale for 4, and then we're going to hold it for 4. And we're going to do that several rounds of that, and that's just going to take us deeper into the heart chakra space, and it's also, like I said, very neutralizing for the heart. Okay, so take one more breath, just regular on your own. Inhale and out. And then now on the next inhale, you're going to go ahead and count 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And now pause and hold. 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do several more rounds. So inhale. 2, 3, 4. Now go ahead and hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And now hold. 2, 3, 4. Let's do that again. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And now hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. We're going to do 2 more rounds. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And now hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And then hold. 2, 3, 4. And now you can go back to your normal breathing. And feel free to keep your eyes closed if you want. If you want to open them, you can. You can also keep your eyes closed to kind of stay in this space if that feels good to you. And also just know too, is if you're having trouble focusing, you can always sway a little bit or rock back and forth a little bit, or you can even do little circles here with your hips as you're sitting. Always feel free to do that if you're feeling a little antsy or having a little trouble focusing. So we are going to just continue this practice of balancing the heart space, get a little bit prepared. We're going to do a little work here at the end to kind of clear out any pain that you've got held there. But you can go ahead and start. I'm going to teach you the mudra for the air element. So the air element is connected to the heart space. It's very easy. You're just going to connect your thumb to your pointer finger or your index finger, same finger. So like you're making the okay sign. And you can do that with one hand or both hands. Okay, and if you opened your eyes to see that, you can go ahead and close your eyes again. And then you can just place your hands in your lap. And we are going to chant the seed sound for the heart chakra. And we're going to go ahead and chant this a few times. So what this does, a seed sound is a syllable which contains meaning, but it also contains energy. So Sanskrit's a very interesting language for that reason. It contains all of this energy, right? So when we chant this sound, the sound is yum. And it's spelled Y-A-M, but we're going to pronounce it yum, which I always love because that's the yum, right? That's the sound of the heart. Okay, so when you intone this sound, what we want to do is we want to intone it kind of low in the gut too. So we don't want it really high and falsetto. We want this low in the gut, and we just want to allow it to resonate in the heart space. So go ahead and take a breath in and exhale it out just normally. And now we're going to inhale here. We're going to intone the sound. Yum. And you might notice, I don't know if the microphone gated that. You might not have heard me intone that as I held it, but you want to go ahead and hold that sound for as long as you can until you need air again. And then you'll inhale again. And then on the exhale, you just intone the sound yum. Yum. We're going to do that one more time. And this time, just imagine as you hear that sound, as you feel that sound vibrating in your body, just imagine the heart chakra just opening up. You can imagine it like always think of it as a peridot, a very beautiful green crystal. You can just imagine that glowing or shining or sparkling in your heart space. So go ahead and take an inhale. And then on the exhale, we'll enchant and tone that sound one more time. Yum. So again, I'm not sure if the microphone may have gated that off, but the idea is that you want to intone those sounds as long as you can. Okay, so if you do have your hands in the air mudra, we're going to change to a different position now. This is called the Garuda mudra. This one's actually for the heart chakra. So Garuda is the eagle god of the Hindu faith, and there are great stories about him, but he's known to reside in the heart. And so this is a lovely, lovely mudra to do, and very nice to really expand and open the heart chakra. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your thumbs, and you can just touch them here like you're holding your hands up, spread your fingers kind of wide, and then touch your thumbs together. And then what we're going to do is you're going to take the palm of the right hand, and you're going to place it over the back of the left hand. And this time, see how your fingers are spread out on either side. And then you're going to go ahead and interlace the thumbs. And so the idea here is that we create the wings of Garuda, the eagle god, with our hands. And you can go ahead and place that on your heart. So again, for anybody who missed it, it's just the palm of the right hand touches the back of the left hand. You'll spread your wings, your fingers wide, and then interlace or just kind of lock the thumbs together. Okay, then you can place that on your heart. And now go ahead and close your eyes for this part for sure. So I'm just going to lead you through a very short, I wouldn't even necessarily call this meditation. It's more of an exercise to really let go of a little bit of the pain or the grief that you might be carrying in your heart today. Okay, so If you feel that you're having a hard time, like some of you may be feeling that, this is a time where we can just go ahead and neutralize that. The idea here is that our heart chakra is expansive like the ocean. And what that means is that when we bring energy into the heart space, it literally has the ability to dissolve it. Just like if you were to take a drop of water and you were to pour that into the ocean, so quickly it would be lost. And that's the idea here, is it has so much capacity to take away some of your grief and some of your pain. So I'm going to talk more about it as we get in, but we just want to ground down first. So wherever you are, whether you're seated or you're standing, if you're having trouble focusing, maybe even stand up and you can move, you can pace around if you want. And again, remember, you're always free to sway or rock. You never have to sit still when you're meditating. But wherever you are, whatever part of your body is touching the ground, and just imagine, you might see these or you might feel it, or just simply sense that there is this connection between you and the earth. And you might even imagine roots growing down from that part of your body that's touching the ground. Maybe it's your feet or your ankles, might be your seat or your legs. But allow the roots to just grow down into the earth. And it doesn't matter if you are up in a high-rise building right now, you still connect down to that earth. So go ahead and sense your connection here as you ground down. And maybe you even imagine those roots breaking down through the soil. Perhaps they travel all the way down, deep into the earth, maybe all the way to the center even. Wherever they end up, just know it's very possible to pull in that earth energy up through the part of the body that's touching the ground. So we're going to do that now. So on the inhale, just go ahead and draw that energy up from the earth. Then you're going to bring it up, right up into your heart space, right in the center of your chest. And then on the exhale, you just let that energy flow out of you down into the earth. The next inhale, again, pull that energy up from the earth, up through your body. Bring it up, right up into the heart space. And just let it rest there for a moment. And then on the exhale, you'll just go ahead and let the energy release. Let it go out of your body. Take another inhale and bring that energy up from the earth, up through your feet or your seat or whatever's touching the ground, and bring that up into your heart space. And now this time, as you exhale, go ahead and see if you can exhale a little of the darkness in your heart. It doesn't have to be a lot. Just exhale it down into the earth. The earth also is very potent and it has a great ability to recycle our energy. So inhale, bring the energy up from the earth, up through your seat or your feet or your legs, whatever's touching the ground. Bring it up into the heart. And again, this time, if there's any darkness there, just a little bit, just let that go out on the out breath with it. Now here, just begin to breathe normally if you'd like, or if you'd like to continue that connection to the earth, drawing that energy up into the heart and then exhaling, you can do that as well. And I'm just going to talk for just a minute or so and explain what's going to happen next. So as I mentioned, the heart space is like an expansive ocean, truly as large as the universe. And what happens to us much of the time is when we are struggling with pain or grief of some kind, there's a clutching that happens in the body. We instinctively pull away from it because we resist pain. We don't want to hurt. We don't want to struggle. So we kind of pull away, even if that's a little bit unconscious. And so sometimes what you'll notice is that when you do that, when you're experiencing so much pain, it feels like your heart is hurting, right? I'm sure you felt that before. And so what we're going to do is we're going to challenge the feeling, because rather than pulling away from the pain, we're going to breathe into it, trusting that the heart has the capacity to wash that away. Now, it doesn't go easy and it doesn't go quickly most of the time, so we're not expecting to let go of all of our pain and all of our grief and all of our struggle just here tonight. We're not expecting that. But we might be able to let go of a little bit, and then the next time you do this, or if you make this a regular practice, you let go of a little more each time. So this time, we're just going to inhale the energy up through the earth, bring it up into your heart. And now on the exhale, just imagine like you were dropping a drop of water into the ocean. Just see it dissolve. And take another inhale. And on the exhale again, just imagine like a drop of water dropping into the ocean. You let it dissolve. Let's do that one more time on the inhale. Bring that energy up from the earth, up into the heart. And then on the exhale, just imagine a drop of water as it dissolves into the ocean. And now here, breathe normally. And if you are holding on to pain, just let it come in. Invite it in. Invite it into the heart on the inhale. And on the exhale, invite it to dissolve in the expansiveness of the heart and the expansiveness of the ocean. So again, on the inhale, allow some of that to come into the heart. And on the exhale, allow a bit of it to dissolve. And if you notice that as the feelings come in, if you notice yourself clutching or pulling away, lean into it a little bit more. It's okay, it's safe, it's just a little bit of energy. So inhale here, bring the energy up into your heart. If there's grief, allow it to sit there for a moment. And then on the exhale, just allow it to dissolve into the expansiveness of the heart, the expansiveness of the ocean of your heart space. And now just go ahead and sit here with the feelings that might be coming up. And if there are things coming up, it's okay. You can continue to try this, just the breathing in, allowing the energy into the heart, and then the breathing out, allowing the energy to dissolve. But just notice if you pull away from the feelings, see what happens if instead you lean into them. And as I said, just like anything where we need true healing, really true deep healing, we can't really expect to get rid of everything all at once in one day. But just know that this practice is always here for you. You can always come back. You can always try it again. And the next time that you feel that struggle and that grief in your heart, see if you can breathe into the heart space with those energies and those feelings, and just see if a little bit of them can dissolve. Just takes the edge off a little bit. Okay, if you're having trouble focusing, just go ahead and rock a little bit. So before we end and open our eyes, I'm going to go ahead and sing a song for us. And this is a part of the practice that is called bhakti. I learned this when I was in yoga training. Bhakti is simply a word for connecting to the divine. So it's basically a way to offer ourselves, our energy, our voices. So you won't know the song I'm about to sing, but you can just listen to it. I hope that the microphone won't gate it since it is human voice singing. But so I wanted to tell you the words of this song first, though. So the words are Om Shreem Maha Lakshmiye Swaha. Now I chose this because the words Shreem is the seed sound for the goddess Lakshmi, and Maha means mother. So this is her role as the great mother, and we're calling on her to be with us. So even if we struggle and we feel like we don't have a mother to connect to, or we didn't get the one we wanted, or she was abusive, or just absent, or whatever it is we're struggling with, or we want to be a mother, or we've lost a child, or any of the things that we might struggle with, Maha, great mother, she's here for all of us. And so when we sing this song to her, we bring her energy here, and she will cradle you, and she will be with you. The rest of it goes Lakshmi Ye. This is when we put the Ye on the end of her name. It's like saying, my dear sweet friend. So we're bringing her in here in an intimate way. And Swaha just simply means I adore you, I salute you, I honor you. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and sing this song just a couple of times so you get to hear it. And that way, if you want to hum along the second or so time, you can join me. Otherwise, just let the words wash over you. It's in Sanskrit. So again, this is a vibrational language. So not only is it the meaning of the words, but it's also the vibration of the energy around you, okay? Because this is going to balance your heart chakra as well. Om Shri Om Shri Lakshmi Swaha Lakshmi Swaha Om Shri Maha Lakshmi Swaha Om Shri Maha Om Shri Lakshmi Swaha Lakshmi Swaha Om Shri Maha Lakshmi Swaha Om Shri Maha Om Shri Maha Blessed be. So whenever you feel ready to open your eyes, you can. If you need to move a little bit here, wiggle your fingers or toes, you can come out of the mudra if you still have your hands in the Garuda mudra. Maybe rub the hands together. Maybe some neck rolls just to come out of it if you've been in it with me the whole time. And then whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. You can take a nice sigh there if you want to. So I hope that helped a little bit. It's always something you can go back. You can try any of those practices alone or all together. And just know that, letting go of the pain in our hearts for any reason, it can be a long process, but I hope that some of that helped you a little bit and gave you a little bit of comfort and peace. So what I did want to mention is that doing practices like that regularly can be of great comfort to you. Not only is it of great comfort to you, but it also begins to strengthen the heart and cleanse it and purify it and kind of creates a space that's free of some of those blockages. And we have so much grief that we carry. We hold it in our hearts, and we sometimes are not even aware that it's there, and it will come out in different things, like shoulders hurting or upper back pain or mid-back pain. Sometimes people will feel even like a pain in the heart, a physical pain in the heart. So just know you can always come back to these practices to balance that space. And I really do believe that it was my work that I did on my own heart chakra and my energetic centers that was able to get me to a place where I can come and lead this on a very difficult day. And without it, I don't know where I would be. And not to mention that I do also think that shadow work is of a great asset to those of you who struggle as well. So you are in a perfect space to be doing some shadow work here. We're in like the final 5 days of the lunar cycle. So it couldn't be couldn't even be a better time for you to do that. But I really do feel it was between my shadow work practice and my energetic practice. I think it's what made me be more resilient and be more hopeful. And there would be a time when every time I got my period, it was like a death, like days I would go and I would be kind of a wreck. And now I just, okay, that one, let that go of that energy and now make room for the next energy and the hope of the next cycle. So I know that if it worked for me, I know that these practices can also work for you to give you a little bit of comfort as well. So anyway, I hope that that helped. And if anybody has anything they want to share, you can always go into the chat. And if you've got any questions about any of the practices as well, I'm going to sign off here in a few minutes, but I will go back into the chat later and I can answer any questions that anybody has. Or also know that my inbox is open too. So if you're struggling tonight, and just send me a message and I will write back. Okay. So all right. Well, I hope that helps some of you. And for those of you struggling on Mother's Day, take care and just really see if you can take care of yourself, treat yourself nice, do something nice for yourself tonight. Okay. All right. Until next time. Blessed be.